Mikey and Rinne stay in. Oh yeah.
I found more.
No. This is unfair.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome to Mikey and Rinne Stay In. I'm Mike E. Sheether. I'm Mikey.
And I'm Rinne.
And tonight it is episode, what is it? Episode
27?
27. All the way to heaven.
Yes, let's go.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to have an interviewee tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. For very good reasons. We have our interviewee, who we'll probably talk to later, was just having some things that they were going through. And so we're gonna take the night to just be the two of us.
Yep.
I think we're gonna have an interview.
Yeah, we thought that because it was an interview night, we wanted to keep with the theme.
Yeah.
And give y'all an interview.
I love that. So I'm gonna play Babs Walters.
Correct.
I was actually thinking I was gonna play more
Walter Cronkite?
No, fuck that guy. I don't know anything about Walter Cronkite, but don't we though?
Yeah, I think
he definitely probably set some ends and like was not cool with women.
Could be true.
So I am gonna play Terry Gross.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, I gotta get my voice on.
Yeah, you're rocking the glasses and the extremely short hair.
That's true. Extremely. less more short than hers. Hold on. You talk for a second. I've got to I plug in the phone that we use to record the video because I feel like it's gonna die.
Great, fabulous.
That's fun. Just a little peek behind the curtain, guys.
Yeah, so we hope you enjoy. We're gonna do Mikey's gonna interview me this evening, and then at a
Plugging
later
in.
date, I am going to interview Mikey. So we know that this show is already incredibly self-involved.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that Mikey's going to use his really incredible interview skills to just pull some shit out of me.
And you know what I just remembered is that I took all the notes, all of my questions are on the phone that I'm using to record. All right, we're going to take a
really good start.
brief station break.
This is why we need producers.
I know!
Just any level of professionalism as humans.
Yeah, that would probably
help.
Okay, we're back. Okay, sorry everybody. Technical difficulties, mostly me. The last couple of weeks I've just been a mess.
You really have that.
I've been so on point.
Tighten up.
No, I am tight, but like a trumpet. But I've been not
You've been fucking up.
tight on the show. I know, everything, all the other things in my life, I'm like boom, boom, nailing it. Yeah, but it's whatever. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna be Terry Gross over here, interviewee number 1 over here. I'm gonna think of you like
Beyonce.
I was gonna say Michelle Obama.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Those are some really big shoes to fill.
Big, beautiful black shoes to fill.
Yeah.
2 of my favorite women in the world. Power women.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you got it?
Yeah, I can try the Power Woman.
Okay. Just for some brief things. So Rinne had her procedure, which we talked about that she was doing really well.
Yep.
We went to high altitude and she did great. She's such a badass and soldier. She's gonna have a checkup the 10th.
Yes, on the 10th.
Yeah.
So I got the phone call a couple days ago that everything is all good. So they send all the material. Ooh.
Oh boy.
to a lab to have it tested.
And make sure it's not cancerous.
Cancerous,
okay,
correct.
Yeah.
So there's nothing cancerous, so that was a really good phone call to get.
Yeah.
And then, the appointment on Tuesday is just to follow up and to sort of talk to me about what to do going forward. Because you can't insert anything into your vagina.
Like a penis.
Or other things. And so...
like spaghetti.
A lot of...
Yeah.
And so, so she's going to sort of give me the roadmap from here on out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that would be kind of... Because you're supposed to take a half or a month off, right? And then so that would be kind of halfway.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then in a month, which is about from the time of the procedure is about Christmas time, we're going to be in New York.
Yes.
And because none of your family listens to the show, they won't know we're going to be boning and trying to make a baby. So if you know them, tell them. It's going to be on. Packages being delivered left and right.
Gross.
Mostly Senator. Gross. Okay, so and then what else is going on? I'm having another semen analysis.
Yeah.
So a friend gave me this tip. I had been hot tubbing like the whole time we were in Colorado for Thanksgiving. Like crazy. I love hot water. I love hot tubs. It's one of my favorite things to do. And he was like, so just by the way, it looks like you're trying to put a hot tub in your house. I was like, true. He's also like,
looks like you're trying to put a baby in your wife.
Sounds like you're trying to have a baby put in your wife. And I was like, yeah, that's true as well. And he was like, funny story. I had a semen analysis and I had like all the sperm and it was great and everything was wonderful. A little time went by. We're still trying to have a baby. Things were stressful. We decided to go on like a spa weekend. Sat in a hot tub for a weekend. Had another semen analysis right afterwards, and it had gone from like 30 million to like 2 million.
That is crazy.
Like crazy dropped, and no other explanation besides this.
Wow.
So yeah, of course, Sheath, don't be in the hot tub.
Well, and we've been talking about keep your balls cool.
Well, of course.
And
that's the opposite of that.
That is the opposite.
Yeah,
of that.
making tea with my nuts. So, so anyways, I've been doing all the things, taking all the supplements and all that sort of stuff. And so I'm going to go in and have another semen analysis just to like see where things are at. So,
yeah, I think it's a great idea.
I'll update you.
Cool.
Okay, so we're going to do a little quickie interview.
Love it.
I'm interviewing you. You don't know what any of the questions are.
I do not.
Even though you did try to kind of glance like a kid trying to find their Christmas presents.
I know I did.
And you might have seen a couple.
I didn't actually see anything because I cannot read or process words that quickly.
So we're also finding out on the show that Corinna's illiterate. Semi-literate. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
What does an interviewer do? Teeth in the tongue, tooth in the lips, or something like that. Hi guys, welcome to our MRNN, Mikey and Rinne in News Network. I'm Mike Sheether, and I'm here today with Corinne LeBlanc. Hello Corinne, how are you?
Hello.
Thank you so much. Oops.
Wow. Rule number 1 of being an interviewer.
Don't talk more than the interviewee.
Yeah, let your interviewee talk. Let it breathe. Just
let
it breathe.
What did we talk about earlier today about this for me?
That you were maybe not going to be very good at this.
Because I like to be interviewed.
Correct.
And I like to talk more.
This is why we gave Mikey the job of being the interviewer today. Because I think it's good to practice your listening skills and your letting it breathe skills.
All right, on to my question. Can I talk now?
Perfect.
Okay. So, first question. These are in no particular order, and they were like, I just fired these out, like off the top of my head.
I like it. Rapid fire.
Okay. What changed your mind about trying for a baby?
Oh, good question. It was actually something pretty simple. It's when we flipped the script and started to say, so we're just not going to have a child. Mm-hmm. And really started to try that on, because I think for a long time we were in ambivalent land, and we would just say, yeah, we don't know, I don't know. And then when we really started to try on, okay, so we're just not going to have a kid.
Yeah.
It really raised some questions and some discomfort around that decision. Yeah. And then once I really started to think about it, I didn't want to keep saying that. I actually did want to have a baby.
Yeah. That's interesting, because and it's similar for me. I had a light bulb moment. My moment was seeing a dad with a cute little girl skiing. Yeah. And I was like, oh, right, so I'm just not going to do that. Right. Like, I might help my friends' kids learn how to ski or something, but I'm never going to, like, teach my own kid. Like, skiing's a very important part of my childhood. And I'm, like, not going to do that with my own kid. Right. Yeah, so that was my version of that. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. So it's just, like, bringing the verbal cues in and just being like, oh, yeah, that's actually a thing.
Yeah, it was really, I think the best way I can describe it is really trying it on and really saying, okay, this is the decision that we're making. Yeah. And it felt like there was a cognitive dissonance when I would say that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it wasn't one particular moment, but it was the accumulation of saying that for a while when I thought, that's not right. That's actually not right.
Yeah, no, I know, I get that. Okay, that's interesting. Because when people ask me, I was like, I know mine, but I haven't really known. I thought yours was kind of like, it was Graylin, it was our nephew being born a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no, it was before that.
Before that, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Second question.
Yes, please.
Have you ever had a pregnancy scare, like a time when you thought you were pregnant before us?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I kind of have, I think similarly to you,
Yeah.
thought that, and this is completely unfounded, but just thought that like you can get pregnant really, really easily.
Yeah, sure.
And so even sometimes, like I had a condom mishap
one
time.
Yep.
Where it came off and it stayed.
Lodged itself.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was really gnarly.
Yeah.
And I actually pulled it out in a Applebee's where I was working.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
On the line?
I did, yeah. And then
Yeah.
I just threw it onto the burger. Cause
That's a nice.
Why not?
Yeah.
Extra
Upcharge.
protein. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
No, it was really horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time when I took the morning after pill or Plan B or whatever you want to call it a few times.
Yeah, we did that once together.
Yeah, we did that once.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, so I definitely had a couple of those. Nothing that was like a 5 alarm.
Right.
Because by the time I had some of those mishaps, the Plan B was around. It was easily accessible. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. Plan Bers, whoever did that.
And when you're young, you have no idea that you're going to be infertile. And
right.
So,
no, I know.
Yeah. So I just kind of had this idea that it was much easier than it's turned out to be.
When it's so interesting to think about, we had 1 or 2 times where we kind of thought that you might be pregnant.
Yep.
I remember one when we were living in Denver.
Yep.
And I remember sitting in the bathtub there. We had one of those bathtubs with like jets in it. And I remember just sitting there and like I was petrified.
Yeah, totally.
And it's so funny to think about, like, I was with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just earlier in our relationship.
Yeah.
And we would have been totally, and then now like all we're trying for in the world is a baby.
Right. Well,
so
and I think we've talked about this on the show before, that you spend, especially as a woman, you spend so much time avoiding pregnancy and thinking about how you can not get pregnant.
Right.
And then when it comes time to get pregnant, I sort of felt ill-equipped.
And it's like you're like blindsided by the fact that it's actually A, difficult, B, like, whoa, all those times that I tried to not get pregnant. Who knows, from like a kind of, I don't know, mindset perspective, like maybe you kind of clicked your body into a different place or whatever, and you got to kind of like, you know, find your way out of it spiritually.
Well, and I think for me, I was way less panicked about pregnancy and really terrified about STIs.
I didn't even think about those at all, so.
Right, and this is the thing, when we first got together, I was like, yeah, you're going to get yourself tested and you're going to buy 1 million condoms.
Right.
It's gross.
Right.
Like, you haven't been doing that?
I know. Sorry, anybody who listens to this that I had sex with before my wife. Yeah, I was not a big condom user. I mean, I was getting tested, and I was like safe in that regard. But yeah, I know. It's not something I'm proud of.
Well, but it's just interesting that your fears were really centered around getting a girl pregnant, and my fears were really centered around STIs.
Did you know people that had STIs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
See, but nothing. I didn't know anybody that had anything like serious. I knew people that got like some crabs or different things that were whatever. But like I didn't know. But I knew a ton of people that got pregnant.
Oh, see, yeah, because I knew people with HPV and people that got herpes. And, yeah.
No, see, mine was mostly pregnancy. Anyways, all right. Next question. What are you the most excited about being a mama?
I think. Oh God, that's a good question. There's so many things I'm excited about. One of the things that first comes to my mind is the first little Shonation treatment.
Oh, that's cute.
I do this so much in my everyday. You know, I'm treating other people's kids and seeing them get better and watching kids watching their nervous system downregulate, and I was treating a little 17-month-old today, and she, as soon as I take out the moxa, which is this herb that that's really warming for the body, and so I use it on her belly, and as soon as she sees the tool that I use, she lifts up her shirt.
Oh,
And
that's cute.
It's just so incredible to see kids receiving a medicine that feels good and that they want, and so to be
That's
able
kind
to
of made for them too.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to deliver that kind of nurturance to my own little nugget.
Oh, I like that.
Sounds amazing.
Nurturance, is that a word?
Sure.
Okay, I like it. What are you the most anxious about?
Oh fuck everything.
Oh, I know.
You kidding me?
Yeah. Pick the top. What's the top thing that keeps on your brain about it?
God, that's a really good question. I think just having one of the things I really think about is watching my kid struggle and not intervening, like letting them
Like cry it out?
well, just letting them like fall and letting them get hurt and letting them have somebody make fun of them and like all the things that I know a kid is going to go through.
Yeah, I know. That's
and not over parenting and mothering and all the things that I know that I'm sort of wired to do.
Yep.
So, there's anxiety in thinking about those things that they're going to go through. And then there's anxiety in my response to those things.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. When we're like in such a period of time where people like think like every action, is like so profound. Like all these, this thing didn't happen for me, so therefore the trajectory of my life was totally thrown or something, Yeah. And it's interesting that you have to think of like how we're going to handle each one of those moments. And nobody does it perfectly.
No, of course not.
I know. Watching your kid struggle, watching your kid like start playing in the knife drawer, and you just let them because they have to learn, so let them play with the knives and the dynamite and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
Touch the fireplace, you get burned.
Totally, yeah. Lick the fireplace. Yeah. Toby, come on. Ah, damn it. He's burned.
Well, I think this has been a part of the fertility journey for us, right?
Yeah.
And for me especially is to not do it perfectly.
Right.
I can't do this perfectly, right?
Oh my God, I know, yeah.
And so I think that's really been something that's been setting me up for mamahood, and I think something that I really needed.
I know, and I think it's one we've tried to. I think our lives we've tried to like do everything pretty perfectly, or try, and I think in doing that you just kind of like you end up flubbering a lot. Like it's just there's a lot of things you obviously can't do perfectly, but life doesn't really like. I don't know, it's just, it keeps rolling on or whatever. Yeah. And like with a kid, it's like, there's no way to do everything perfectly. It's literally not a thing you can do.
Right.
And so, I don't know, there's something I'm kind of looking forward to about that, and there's definitely something that's intimidating about it.
Well, and I think that's right. It's sort of baked into parenting that you're going to fuck it up.
Oh, yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Because your kid's not going to have this perfectly curated world.
Right.
Right. And so... yeah, to watch you be fallible and to be fallible themselves and to not have somebody swooping in is really important. I know that academically, and then the thought of carrying that out or putting that into action sounds like I'm really going to have to check myself and just be aware.
Yeah. You can be fallible.
Yeah.
I can be a phallus. Because I sure as shit will be. Did you think about having kids when you were a kid? Like, was it something that you thought about, like, in your, like, adult fantasies when you were a kid? That sounded weird. No, but I used to think about, being an adult a lot when I was a kid, and I was like, I'm going to be this, and I'm going to have this sort of a wife or partner, and I'm going to have this sort of a house. And I always thought about kids.
God, unfortunately, my childhood memories are few and far
Right,
between.
yeah, sure, yeah.
One of the I don't know that, Mikey.
Okay.
I would have to I would have to ask my mom if it was something I talked about.
Yeah,
I do
drew pictures of
remember wanting to be Barbara Walters. That's
Yeah.
a very clear memory that I have.
Babs have kids?
I don't know.
I don't know anything about her personal life.
Yeah.
Was she married to that older man? The news guy? The very like Hugh Downs? Was that her husband?
Oh, I don't know.
I think they just interviewed together or
Yeah.
whatever. I always thought that. For some reason I always thought they were partners.
No, I don't think so.
He looked like a president. Like literally like a wax figurine of a president. Not presidential, just
Well, and it's funny because people ask me this when we were getting married. Like, oh, did you dream about your wedding?
Yeah.
Did you dream about your wedding dress? I'm like, fuck, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But maybe I did. I definitely don't remember it
Yeah.
being front and center. I do remember liking being a caretaker, like liking to be nice to my Barbies and like really brush their hair and make sure they were sitting in the whack ass not Barbie dream house.
yeah, Barbie Nightmare House.
It was the Barbie particle board house.
Did your dad make it or something?
No.
Or was it like another?
It was a knockoff that they probably got at, I don't know, Kmart or something.
Yeah.
But it was not a dream.
Right.
It was a nightmare.
Sound like it. Well, and I always love the idea of the like where the worlds would intersect, and there was like you had your like my thing was like I had my G.I. Joe figurines that I was then using in my Castle Grayskull, like my He-Man house or whatever, and it was like where the worlds collided, and I always liked the idea of it, but then nothing would fit correctly, so you have to like fucking ram the Mr. T A-Team action figure like into your Thundercats. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I would never do that because
No.
I would be worried that they weren't comfortable.
Yeah, Mr. T didn't give a fuck. He wasn't always comfortable. We chopped down all the trees. He was really comfortable.
Yeah, but I do remember liking to care for
Yeah.
my dollies and
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. This is also like a peek into our relationship, and like people who listen and know us probably know this already, but we have a lot of role reversal sort of stuff in our relationship, and like so when it came time to get married, I had all of these things figured out for the wedding. I was like, oh yeah, of course. Like I've always thought that we're gonna have this, this, and this, and like it wasn't about us. It was about me. I've dreamed about my wedding. I was kind of a bridezilla.
Totally. It's totally true.
Yep.
I was along for the ride, but then I definitely got on board.
Oh, you definitely did.
Yeah.
You passed me. You lapped me. not bridezilla-y stuff, but just like opinions about things. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Because at first you're
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't know, I've never even thought about that. So.
Yeah, but then once I'm in it and I'm thinking about
Yeah.
it, then I want to do it perfectly.
Yeah, totally.
There's a theme.
Yes, that is true. Okay. What do you think will make me a good dad?
Oh, see what you did there?
Yeah. It's like giving someone the present that you want. Or whatever. Yeah.
That's so good, Mikey. Wow. Well, I think your ability and openness with emoting, I think is something really important to see from anybody, but particularly in this weird fraught time of toxic masculinity. That, I think also you play better than most like play therapists that I know. You just have this sixth sense about how to be with kids and how to play with kids, and that is going to be so fun because it's my favorite thing to do.
No, I do like getting weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the other piece of it too, is that your play isn't like, let's do patty cake. Like you go there, you get weird.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be lots of costumes and
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for all that.
Yeah. That's nice.
And then you're just dynamic. You're a person that has really strong moral character, but then you're also somebody who's not afraid to throw shade and and you're funny, but you also can be really tender, and so, yeah, just for a kid to see a really dynamic daddy. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. What do you
and
think?
You're gonna change a fucking diaper.
I will change diaper unlike Donald Trump. Idiot. What do you think I'm gonna have a hard time with? What do you think I'm gonna struggle with being a dad?
Not having the spotlight.
Yeah.
Keeping your anger in check.
Mm.
I think those are the ones that seem the most
Those
salient
came
to me.
very quickly to you. You have to ruminate on the other one. You're like, oh well, yeah.
No.
Not being able to be the diva and not throwing things.
Kind of one and the same. Actually.
They are. Well, they're both
A little
spotlighty
bit.
things.
Yeah,
They're both attention seeking.
Yeah.
Totally.
No, but the other things I just feel much more attached to. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't think that you're going to be fucking up all that often. So
Yeah.
the other things
Well,
I really wanted to
Yeah.
languidly speak about.
Yeah, that's true. I'm probably not going to be running away to Vegas or whatever and leaving you guys behind.
Yeah, that would be really messed up.
I know, it would be. Won't be Vegas.
But
Be
yeah,
somewhere else.
amen.
Okay. How attractive is our child going to be?
Better be real effing attractive or he's going back.
Yeah. Yeah, I like you gendered him. Yeah. I know, I do want to have a good looking kid.
Yeah.
And I don't really care about like a good looking, like I don't care about like traditionally good looking kid. I just want like an interesting kid. Like,
Yes, yeah.
Whether
yeah.
or not they're like, physically attractive, I don't really care about.
Yeah, and everybody always says, a healthy kid.
Sure.
That goes without saying.
Totally. I just kind of don't want a fucked up looking kid. Nobody wants the uggo.
It'd be beautiful to you.
That's true. Maybe not. I have standards. How smart is our child going to be?
Ooh, that's a good
There
question.
you go.
I think it'll be a smarty. For some reason, I have this idea that they're not going to be the book smartiest.
Yeah.
But
You're the book smartest person in this household by, like.
well,
continents.
I don't know if I'm that, but I think that I am studious. Like I do like
true.
to study and research and.
Yeah.
I don't know if our kid's going to be that. I think that they're going to be more of a creative force.
Yeah.
I think they might.
It's fun.
Yeah, be more in your realm there.
Mm-hmm. And I like people with a high EQ.
Yeah.
I think it's more interesting.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of what our world needs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Okay, so we're gonna do four cues, not 5 cues, that we normally do for our interviewees.
Mm-hmm.
We've already talked a lot about your positive experiences with medical professionals,
that's
so I
true.
think we can kind of skip that. So we're gonna do the other 4.
Okay, great.
First one, favorite swear word.
Cunt.
Great swear word. The English version or the American version?
The Rinne version.
There we go. Nice. Favorite hungry food. Favorite eat your feelings food. Like.
Ooh, it's gotta be pasta. Like pasta and sauce that I make and some grated locatelli cheese.
Okay, not French fries or potato chips. I didn't say that. Potato chips.
I mean, in a pinch, like if it's a quick situation, yes.
I mean,
a fried potato is my jam.
At the end of the day, like a potato chip and a French fry are basically pasta, just easier, crunchier pasta.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna like really eat my feelings, I want
yeah.
to sit down with like a steamy bowl of pasta.
Yeah.
That's...
And I feel like at the end of eating your feelings, it's like I barely ever eat enough fries where I felt sick to my stomach. I barely ever eat enough chips where I felt sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Pasta, you can make yourself ill.
Definitely. Well, because it expands, right?
Sure.
So you keep going, and it's like doing its glutinous thing in your gut.
Oh.
And then.
My God.
Yeah, and then by the time the leptin kicks in and you realize you're full, you're already busting.
Way fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Favorite 90s makeout song or any era makeout song, I'd say.
Oh, it's definitely got to be Jodeci's fiendin'.
Oh God, that's
You
so
got
good.
me feeling.
From the album Diary of a Mad
Diary of a
Band,
Mad Band.
which I just saw on a we were in my parents' house, and they were giving away like all of they're like, either take your old artwork or we're gonna burn it, basically. And one of the things that was in the pile was like an old Christmas list of mine, and the number one thing was
Jodeci.
yeah, Diary of a Mad Band.
God, I did a fair amount of dry humping to that song.
I definitely dry humped my pillow or my hand a lot.
I just found it so profoundly sexy, and
Yeah.
whatever it was, 14 or
Yeah.
whenever it was that we came over, or that it came out.
Yeah.
I'm all
Oh,
fluffed.
yeah.
Just
Came all
thinking
over.
about it.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about Jodeci too was like Devontae was attractive.
Oh,
But
no.
Devontae was like the producer,
Right.
and like Casey and JoJo, they were not attractive. Like,
But their
the
vocals,
songs were fun.
the
Yeah,
vocals and the lyrics.
yeah, totally.
Oof, real like pure sex.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay,
You wanna
last.
walk out to it right now.
Yep. We have to go to a party, but we can just like sit out in front and steam up the windows while we're necking.
I like it.
Oh boy. Okay, last but not least, hard question. 2020.
I'm going Warren. Warren
Yeah.
2020.
I think it's what it's got to be.
Yeah, it's time for a woman. She is a studious lass.
Yeah, she's up to the
myself.
task.
Nobody's perfect, but I'm really freaking into her.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I know, and it's the people that I was kind of like cool with. I mean, like Kamala, I really liked the idea of Kamala. Obviously, she's out
And
now.
I'm bummed that she's out because she was.
She's too tight, though. I think it was just like she was a little too law and ordery, a little too,
Well,
you know,
that's what
whatever.
she is.
I know.
You know.
And I know, and that's her thing.
She's a lawyer.
Well, then like Buttigieg, it's like he's just turned out to be way less liberal than I thought he was going to be. Which is okay on some level. Maybe he's a good VP. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
And then Biden, I mean, not that he was ever someone I was excited about, but he's just continued to just like, I feel like, show his age rage and stuff. Like, do you see him pop on that? So bitter about how old he is. I'm like, fuck.
Well, and it's so interesting to have Warren next to him who feels, they're similar in age.
Oh, very, I think, right?
And she just she's so forward thinking, and, she put herself through school with a freaking kid at home.
I know.
She's just kind of a battle axe, and I really like
And
that.
she's unapologetically lefty, which is, I really like. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think she could kick Trump in the balls.
Oh, yeah, and it would just be really good, too. It would be fun.
Yeah, she could emasculate.
Yeah, and all the fucking sexist dicks will come out
Sure.
and whatever, even on the Democratic side. And I can't vote for whatever.
He's not electable.
Yeah, fuck. That's fine. I don't know. I think there's enough young people that are going to step up and shame each other into like, you have to vote or we're going to call you out.
Yep.
That we're going to be able to do whatever the fuck we want.
God, and you and I are going to be making so many phone calls.
Ooh, so many. Yeah, I know. And calling other states, because Oregon's got this.
Yeah.
Other states, get your shit together. This was a great interview. Is there anything that I missed?
You have a future in
Do I?
radio.
Oh, I think I do too.
Yeah.
I have a face for TV too. I mean, I'm extremely attractive. But as I'm starting to rink and sag, I feel like I think radio's my gig.
Well, thanks for taking the time to ask, I think, some really good questions.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Well, it's my first time interviewing someone, but it's things that I've wondered about you, and I love you.
I love you too.
I think we should have a baby together.
Okay.
All right, let's try that.
Okay.
Do you want to have a hamburger together before we have a burger? Burger?
Mikey.
I said a burger.
A burger.
A burger.
Burger before
Burger. Dummies.
Mikey made these like veggie packed ground beef
Ooh,
burgers. Ooh, they look so good over there.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. So
yes, don't forget.
Yeah.
If you love the show,
Totes.
why not give us a 5-star review, a 5-er?
I know we've got a fair amount of them.
I got
It's really nice.
5 on it.
Yep, loonies. They're very great. Yeah, and watch us on the YouTubes, which is really fun, and you know, subscribe to that as well.
Yeah.
We love doing this. We
Yes.
really do. And it's something that if you like us doing it, just tell us that you do.
Yeah.
Either by doing that, send us an email, letseat at Mikey and Rinne stay in. If you want to be on the show, great. If you want us to come to you, if you happen to live in Barbados or some beautiful place, and you want us to fly in and interview and make all these hilarious jokes, twist our
We're
arm.
down.
We can
Yeah.
be there. Yeah. We're entering into Christmas season. We're gonna be recording.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing all
Yeah,
these
we're
things.
gonna pick up with our interviewee that we were supposed to have
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, hopefully next week.
Yeah.
I think that should work. Until then, I'm Mikey.
And I am Rinne.
And tonight, we're
we're gonna
Stay
in. We're gonna
in.
eat some burgers.
Burgers, baby, burgers.
Jodeci.
Jodeci, humping in the dry zone. Ugh. Bye.
Love you guys. Try humping.
Humping in the dry zone. Okay.